99% of people lose money on NFTs. 0% of builders are losing money building in the NFT space. This is not my quote. It's actually a pseudonym. A popular person on Twitter posted this the other day. I thought it was really interesting to kind of explore this a little bit through the prism and paradigm of folks in my community. I'm certainly not a Web3 or NFT expert, but I am pretty expert or experienced in selling services and selling marketing services to people who need them, helping to find them, and actually delivering value in a way that I think is worthy of exploring here for those of you who are looking to get into the Web3 NFT space. I'll share with you exactly what we're doing as a little community and what I think you can do as well. So I'll also say I think this is somewhat hyperbolic. Certainly, 99% of people may be losing money on NFTs, but I don't think 0% of builders actually lost money building in the NFT space. It's probably an overstatement. Certainly, lots of people, don't follow through or don't build things that endure or that continue in a way that's profitable. But here's the idea. So we're going to go with a quote. We're going to look at one idea, and then we're going to look at a couple implementation ideas that you can actually incorporate into your 2022 online agency. So I would recommend building a marketplace for your niche on WordPress. And essentially, the reason I choose WordPress for this, here are a couple. Here's one that we're building. Again, I have no real experience with NFTs per se, other than in the last few months, but I do have experience building building valuable websites, or at least the sites that appear to be valuable for folks who need them in a niche market vertical industry or locality. I'm not even really a coder. I don't really, I can't code a website, but I can use no code and low code tools, as can many of you, to build things that appear to be expert or authoritative in a niche market vertical or industry. Here's another one actually that we're working on, also a collection oriented NFT site. And I'm going to share with you a little bit about what I think is the right strategy that safeguards you here from losing any of your time or your investment in any of these sorts of projects. And I'm going to cover that in a second. But, as you can see here, these are, very simple sites that actually link out to, OpenSea or Discord for your for the community that you're promoting, right? So in this case, you can look at this on OpenSea, or you can look at this on Discord, and you would just implement your own niche market target audience, your quintessential client, and build something very similar for yourself. All right, so build a marketplace for your niche on WordPress. This isn't necessarily the only way of doing this, but it's a simple way of doing it that gives you a asset that you can sell later if the entire project goes into the ditch and makes you no money. You can sell it to a single person, right? You can register a cool domain name and offer it for sale, or you can use it as an authority site to cultivate clients, like an affiliate directory or a list of your favorite projects, where you're actually you don't need to create any NFTs yourself. You can import them from OpenSea, or you can simply manually add them from artists or authors or builders that you see online that you like, respect, admire, and want to connect with, right? It's the same idea behind building any other sort of authority site or web community, and I think it's a really good approach to this sort of model. So again, all you're going to do is simply add projects, NFTs that you like, and then ping the people on Twitter that you're giving, that you're adding to your community. You're giving them free publicity for their project, for their platform, for their community. They're going to appreciate that. They're going to retweet your stuff. They're going to follow you. They're going to send their visitors your way, right? Because everyone wants other people to be saying nice things about their projects. So if you're saying, here are 7 projects on OpenSea or on LooksRare or on Mintable or on Magic Eden or any of those popular marketplaces that we're looking at or that we think really look cool, again, in your niche market or area of expertise. And you're simply referencing those people and linking to their projects on those platforms. You're doing them a service, right? No one's going to not appreciate that. Those are open marketplaces that you are free to curate content and just link out, to things that you appreciate. You can also use a plugin to import these, projects using a plugin. It's no different than something that would import Amazon books or Amazon products or something like Oberlo on Shopify. There are now, things that you can use for doing that on WordPress, with plugins. All right. So I really recommend, again, buying inexpensive WordPress themes if you really want to do this right. The ones that I just showed you here, I bought obviously, and they cost in aggregate or in total. I've spent under $100 on WordPress themes for the Web3 space. Right? You can also use something like TypeDream or Card or Leaflets or another no-code tool. Again, I think WordPress is a little bit better for this particular approach, but you can certainly use Card. You can certainly use TypeDream as well, which integrates with some other no-code tools that allow you to mint directly. If you're minting NFTs, you can mint directly from your site, which is a great way of selling something to a client who wants that sort of functionality built in. And it's really important to remember, most people who create cool art, who have inspired ideas, or look like they're creating cool things in the world, don't necessarily know how to create a cool landing page or a website, or don't know the first thing about WordPress or anything else. And I would encourage you just to go on Twitter and go find those people, right? You'll find a ton of people, and this is the challenge that I would, offer those of you who want to do this for a living. Well, actually, I want to. So this is the steps I'd recommend you do next. But the challenge is, go and find like 25 people or projects on Twitter that are in the niche or locality, whatever it is that you are interested in, and I guarantee you'll find at least half in the profile bio have no link to a website, or if they do, it's linking to their product on a marketplace, not their own site, right? Which makes it very, very easy for you to step in and sell something like we just covered that has value. So this is what I recommend. This is what I've done, and I've done this about 100 times already. Register a domain name in a niche that you like. So I'm doing a lot of stuff now in the psychedelic space and in the sort of therapeutic space, and of course in the mindfulness space, because I'm really interested in those topics. I'm also doing a lot of local things with this strategy. So like yourcity.com, if you can get it. Not so much for NFTs, but for the same approach, covers other similar strategies that we're going to cover in some other videos, especially if you're part of our course community. I'm doing another one of these on building these local sites as well. So use a simple register a domain name in a niche that you like and build a simple NFT website using existing products on other marketplaces, where you're just essentially doing what I've already said a few times, importing products that you like or that you want to fill your site up from these other external marketplaces. Again, this is akin to curating Amazon products or Amazon books or any affiliate oriented directory site. All right, make a list of people in that niche, and I really recommend, this is has been a huge help for me. This Chrome browser extension. It's called, I don't know how to pronounce it, but this is the spelling, I believe. If it's not the spelling, it's close. Twemex maybe, and it really transformed my Twitter experience, and it allows you to really dive deep into finding conversations and people that are interesting to connect with. And it does a whole bunch of other shit that I can't really cover like quickly in this video. I want to keep these under 10 minutes, but I recommend checking this out. It's free, and it's for me been transformational in terms of how I use Twitter. And then that tool will let you find all the people talking about a topic who have no website in their profile, or they have no link to anything that's theirs, or they may be linking directly to like a third party marketplace like OpenSea or LooksRare or one of those selling their NFT collection. And those folks need a website, right? I mean, it's no leap. It's empirically true to say that they are going to be benefiting their own brand by dint of having a website rather than linking out straight to a third party marketplace. The other opportunity that we're going to cover in yet another video, for those of you who are interested, is creating these single page profile landing pages for your clients using something like Card rather than WordPress, which is a phenomenally easy income opportunity for anyone who wants to start selling, you know, $100 to $500 services, with super speed. Like, you can do this all day long. Find people in any niche, market, vertical, industry, locality, you know, any topic that you can imagine, whether it's realtors, CPAs, financial advisors. Find people who are on Instagram and Twitter who are not using a profile Linktree sort of page, and you can create those for them, give them massive value, and literally charge. You can charge $100. It doesn't matter, and it takes you 10 minutes to do on Card, and you're actually offering something that people really, really get value from, that they need, and that it takes you, minutes to churn out something that gives, your clients a service that they will appreciate and pays you anywhere from 100 to, $400 or $500, depending on how, wealthy your niche is, or how persuasive your pitch is, or how elaborate you are creating those sorts of pages. So, in other words, I mean, they're all single page landing pages, but you can do some that are, more aesthetically appealing than others. I just recommend doing it very simply and not overcharging, doing, a couple $100 per profile page. And again, using Card and using really good or really, appealing designs, premium designs that are not standard to Card, gives you a huge competitive advantage if you're doing this work. In contrast to other folks who are also just offering the boilerplate, like, profile.fm page or Linktree page, which is pretty much what most people use, but there are easy ways using Card or some of these other services. I actually have a rare, like, WordPress theme that I use for this. That WordPress has some challenges for that approach, but I have a WordPress theme that's really, really good. I mean, it takes the idea of a profile, or a Linktree landing page, and it just exponentiates the effect with products that they can buy, like with a WooCommerce store, with links, with all sorts of cool things. But that's where you would get into the $500 range. But it adds extra work, and there's hosting involved, et cetera, where something like Card is very, very simple. Anyway, I'm getting far afield from where I started, and that's probably a consequence of my caffeine habits. But nonetheless, I hope for those of you who are watching this in our community, this has been helpful. If you have questions, as always, feel free to drop a comment in the cohort that you're in. If you're watching this on YouTube, where I believe I'll be posting this as well, and you'd like to join us, simply click on the link below, or shoot me an email, mindfulmarketplace@gmail.com, and I'll let you know what other templates, tools, courses, and cohorts we have coming in August. I'm recording this on the 21st, I believe, of July 2022.